We got started before 8 on a cool Saturday morning, one of the first ones we've had in a long time after many weeks of 90-degree temperatures. In fact, it was a little too cool. By the time we got to Adairsville, it looked like a good idea to stop, get some coffee, and put on some more clothes. We were cold. Soon we were climbing the hills up to Lookout Mountain and into Alabama. I imagined when the foliage is down, there would be beautiful views off to the north. Unfortunately, I brought the wrong extension from my camera, and as you can see, you're getting a good view of the dashboard and windshield on the V-Strom. If I had the right extension, you would only catch a glimpse of the windshield rather than the whole thing. When we got to the top of Lookout Mountain, we took a turn south along a ridge where there were many beautiful houses overlooking the valley to the west. With all the leaves on the trees, we didn't get too good a view of this ourselves, and thought that we'd like to come back here at some later time when the leaves are down. Soon we arrived at DeSoto Falls, which consists of a lake, a dam, some cascades, and then the falls itself. Quite an impressive sight. The falls are tough to photograph unless you're willing to wrap a leg around the guardrail and get a better angle. After the falls, we got back on the ridge and headed south towards Little River Canyon. To do that, you have to pass through DeSoto State Park, but then you get out on the open road. It was getting towards noon, and we were low on gas, and kind of in the middle of nowhere. But we found this little place with two nondescript pumps outside, which I was a little reluctant to get gas in. But they also had a sign saying hamburgers, so this was our stop. After lunch, we headed for the preserve itself. The preserve is along the Little River. It's quite a canyon view, and there are something like 7 or 8 overlooks where you can pull off the road, and if you're willing, you can hike down to the river. Between 2 of the overlooks, there's an area called Mushroom Rock. When they were constructing this road, they ran into this, and rather than blast it down, they just divided the highway and left it there. Much of the work here was done during the 1930s by the CCC, the Civil Conservation Corps. At many of the overlooks, there are hiking trails that take you down to the river. Of course, hiking in motorcycle boots is often a very difficult thing to do, even on the flat ground. This is a beautiful area, and I imagine in the fall when the leaves change, it would be outstanding. Unfortunately, it would probably be crowded then too. From the canyon, we headed back towards Georgia and the little town of Cave Springs. The roads were generally empty, but on occasion you ran into the van or the truck that kind of crowded the Double Yellow area. The town of Cave Spring is famous for its artesian well that produces a great quantity of water that comes out through the mouth of a cave. They currently have the water piped out, but it still feeds the pool that's outside as well as a stream, and supplies the town water and also the town's swimming pool. Crystal clear water. Beautiful. A lot of the local families were here today. After all, it is a Saturday, and a beautiful Saturday at that. This is the pond. The water's cool enough to support trout. Here we have the entrance to a series of caves. We went into the caves and wandered around in there, but couldn't photograph any of it. And this is the municipal pool, fed by the same water out of the artesian well. Locals come here with buckets to get drinking water. I imagine it's very good. Soon we took the bridge out and headed home. The road took us up to Cartersville, and then we picked up Georgia 20 and headed over familiar roads back home. It was a great day. Really outstanding weather. And we hope to do it again soon.